sure what happened there, but
Just stop recording, so I don't even know if we're right.
we're talking about exciting.
It is exciting.
We're
but
super exciting, but it's really exciting, but it's hard to be excited when it's not here yet.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode with DNA. So if you've recently just joined our channel, just a little bit of background. So we've sold everything and we're living in the van full time. So we set off with a patrol and we've just done a little wheat belt trip for a couple of weeks. We've had a bit of personal stuff that we need to sort in Perth. So we took off, we've come back and we're still sorting out a few things, and while we're waiting on that, Dave decided that
No, hang on, no. No, I didn't decide.
Always him.
We decided.
No, we decided
Nick
that,
even mentioned.
yes.
So
It was probably more me than Dave, but we feel like we need to do a vehicle change, and I'll hand over to Dave and stop interrupting him.
Oh, that'll be a first.
And let you know how we came to the decision and what vehicle we went with after all the deliberating and back and forward and shopping around. Go.
Oh, finish, have you? Took her 4 hours to do her hair this morning just so she could have that little spill.
It's hair wash day.
Right, so as Nick said, we've got a Series 5 Y62. Everything's perfect in it. There's nothing wrong with the car, but it has got 65,000 k's on the clock, and if we're going to be doing this for the next 3 to 5 years, at some point we're going to need to update that vehicle. I like to update them before they get in 100,000 on them, just so that one, they've got a better resale, and it gives them, the other person buying the car still gets a little bit of warranty with it as well. So we were coming back from the wheat belt, like Nick said, and we had a bit of a discussion. We had a tailwind in the last bit. It was really good, so I'm not too worried about what we use in the way of fuel. It's the ability to carry enough fuel to do. I'd like to be able to do anywhere from 750 to 1,000 kilometers towing the van. Now, GVM on the car allows an extra tank, but when we're hooked to the car, we can still have the tank. We just can't put anything in it because it puts us overweight. So we had a big discussion on the way back, and we sort of hummed and hawed and thought, well, let's have a look at, let's have a look at the Ram 1500. So off we trot, we went and had a look at a 1500. Geez, really nice to drive, but again, needs a GVM upgrade.
And
not that bad. A GVM upgrade on a 1500, which is about 8 or 9 grand, thereabouts, to get that done.
Yeah.
Like the car, but didn't really tick. What we're trying to get away from is buying a car to do what we really need a truck to do.
Yeah.
Or a vehicle that's designed to tow. So
yeah.
Then we had a look at the Silverado 1500. Really liked the look of that car. I liked how it drove.
Yeah.
The ride was good. It was already had a 2-inch lift, so very good. But again, to get a GVM upgrade on one of them was like 18 to 20 grand. So, you know, they're 160, there's $180,000.
It's a lot of money to just, you know.
Yeah, and you're still trying to turn
yes.
A sow's ear into a silk purse to do what you want to do. So
yeah,
we had a look at the 2500 in a Ram, took it for a drive. Yes, it doesn't drive exactly the same as a 1500 with air suspension, but it was quite adequate. I was quite surprised with the power that the 2500 had.
Yeah.
So then I thought, righto, let's go away. Let's think about this. So then we went to... Nick stayed home because unless we're going to K-MART to buy shoes or clothes, she's not real interested in...
No, I am.
Yeah, but you had enough.
Bye. Not sure what happened there, but...
Just stop recording, so I don't even know if we're right.
We're talking about K-MART, that's why.
So we ended up... I went and had a look. I went to have a look at the 2500s in the Silverado.
Yeah.
went to one place and they said it's a 9-month wait. I hate waiting for shit. If I decide I want something, I want it now. I don't want to be waiting 9 months.
Yeah.
So...
And, you know, we are trying to get going. So,
we're trying to get on the road.
So we could have done that, and we probably could have, you know, come back to it. But because we've booked Tasmania, that's kind of given us a direction of we kind of need to head that way. So it was kind of thinking, well, it's pointless ordering and then doing a little bit and coming back just for that.
Yeah, so driving an extra 10,000 Ks just to pick up a car.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on. So the problem with a 2500, whether you buy a Silverado or you buy a Ram, they're on a car license. They only go to 4.495, so it's just under that 4.5 tonne, because once you hit 4.5 tonne, you've got to have a light truck license. So the 2500s in the Rams, you can't get it. So they're on what they call an NB1 license. An NB2 means it's a light truck. You can't get a 2500 Ram on an NB2. You can get a Silverado on an NB2, so it already comes in as a light truck. But again, 9-month wait. So humming and hawing, what do we do?
And if you don't have that license, that is going
but that's not hard to get.
Factor in.
It's not that
for
hard.
Some people.
It's not. You're not driving a truck. You can get the license in that car.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only a light truck. It's not a like. We both have HR license, so heavy rigid. This is just a light rigid vehicle. So moving on from that, we went back to Ram and had another look at it, and a different dealer. I've been every dealer in Perth. A different dealer said, "Why don't you buy a 3500?" And I said, "Well, what do I want a 3500 for? The 25 is big enough." He said, the 20 between the 25 and the 35, it's exactly the same. Everything's the same except for the 2500 has coil suspension in the rear, where the 35 has leaf. So, but the 35 comes out on an MB2 license, which is a light truck, and you have 5.3 ton GVM, and can tow up to 8 ton if you have a Pindle, or 4.5 ton if you use the DO45 or a 70mm ball. And I said, "Oh yeah, and what's the cost of that?" He said, "They're actually cheaper." So it's actually cheaper to buy a 3500 Ram, because it comes in as a truck apparently, and the stamp duty on that is less than what it is on a car, because that car is then a luxury vehicle, not a work vehicle. Go get me, I don't know. So we're up front, we're going to say everything with a tow bar. So we've actually gone for the 3500, and the only reason is, yes, it's still got a bloody weight, but it was in production at Walkinshaw in Melbourne, so it was almost finished. And actually today is the 26th. On the 28th of this month it actually gets on the boat to come over to WA. So they reckon about a week, and then they need it for 3 days. I'm going to say another week, and then we can pick it up. Yeah. So up front and honest, the goddamn thing costs us $188,000 on the road. But
that was the thing, wasn't it? You know, it's a lot of money to make that decision.
So that's why we went
outlay.
So if you buy a 2500, you still can't. By the time Nick and I get in and fill up the tank and put the tow ball weight of the car on it, you're at your max. You can't put it in the tray, and you know you can't take any extra. So if you buy a 2500, I think they're 191, so they're $3,000 more, and then it's $9,000 to get a GVM upgrade on it. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, so, we just thought, you know. And as soon as you get a GVM upgrade, you've got to go and get that truck license anyway. So that's what we've gone with, is the Ram 3500. And the colours we picked, we got white. Because that was the only colour. Only bloody come in white. And the interior is exactly the same. Yeah. So there are two different mobs that bring in these Rams. So Ram Australia bring them in, which is the way we've gone. I'm not saying there is another one in Queensland, but apparently they get more choice, but with colours and models, but with them everything is, all the warranties dealt through them. With Ram Australia, no matter where you buy your Ram from, as long as it's coming from Ram Australia, it's warranted at every Ram dealer Australia-wide.
So if you have an issue, it's
you
not
don't
a
have to. So if we had an issue with that one if we bought one in Queensland, by the time, if we're over here, we've got a deal back through there. We can't just go to a Ram dealership here in Perth and go fix it. They're going to say, well, it's not ours.
And because we're travelling, that was really factored in for us massively.
But when you think about it, it's not that much more. The petrol's $100,000, and then you spend 50 grand on it to try and get it up, but it's still a car. Nothing. Look, if we weren't travelling full time,
we wouldn't even change.
I wouldn't
vehicles.
even change the vehicle.
We love the petrol; it's super comfy.
Yeah.
But to expect it to do this full time,
all day, every day towing.
That's a lot.
It has already gone around Australia once towing a vehicle.
That's a lot to expect of
towing
it.
a Caravan. So,
sorry about the dog noise.
It loves barking, and it's not ours.
And it's not ours.
But yeah, so that's the only drama. You get one spec, one colour. I suppose it makes thing interesting. The other thing we looked at is, right, now we've got something we can tow with, and we can carry the weight. Where do we put everything? It comes with a bloody tub.
Yeah, so obviously the petrol's got a drawer, and you know we've got a fridge in there.
Out. But the problem with the tub is, even if you put a fiberglass canopy on them, they're still not dust proof. They're not. You still get dust in them. Yeah. I've had them before, and it's the same. You can't stop it. You go through a creek crossing, and if your water is below or higher than the bottom of the thing, water gets in. So
we did sort of think, shall we just take off as is and sort it later? We did have the discussion, like, you know, because obviously we're already spending this much money, and we were like, you know, but then we were like, we'll get some dust-proof boxes, and we're just like, no. Then you went and had a look at the
So
top.
we looked at, we got like, there was a like a roller canopy that is lock proof, and I thought, well, I can just seal that up pretty good, and then we can just put everything in the tub for now. But it was $5 grand for this lid. It's like a roll one that just rolls up into a coil at the back and then comes back out. And then the bloke said, well, what sort of, I said, well, driving off road, and he says, oh, you're going to have to clean this every week. He said, they don't work, you get a bit of dust in them, they don't like it. I said, no, I can that. I don't want to spend $5 grand and then get jack of it and then go and buy another canopy. So we've bitten the bullet.
Well, we had to do some rounds to see who would even accommodate us.
Big manufacturers like Norweld and all of them are 6 months wait.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other smaller ones around, but don't do it for a Ram yet.
Not quite on board with it. They're getting there,
He
but
said
not quite on
3
board
months,
with it. Yeah.
We're in the proceeds of doing it. It's 3 months away. So then when we went past one place, MW
in Osborne Park.
In Aussie Park, because we left the Ram deal there, we drove past that. I thought, oh, just the off chance we'll go in. I'll put in some pictures. They're not of exactly what we're going to get, but I've got the little diagram that he's done up for it. So, and then we've got a picture of one that was on display, which is obviously off a Hilux or something like that. But this can. But this canopy is 2 metres by 2 metres by a metre high. We haven't gone for a lot of stuff on it. We didn't get a water tank because that was like $1,600. I didn't get the tunnel drawer because that was another $1,800. So
just trying to keep it basic.
Trying to keep it basic, but it's from when we ordered it, he said it'll be on your vehicle within 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it was 4 weeks for the car to get here, so it's 2 weeks, so another 2 weeks, and then it could be anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks once we have the car to get in the canopy. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Right, honestly, canopy was 20 grand.
20 grand.
20 grand, $249. Fitted, colour coded, central locking.
Yeah. Like
nothing in it, no batteries, no drawers.
So it is kind of adding up. But, you know, this is our full-time travel now. So, you know, we want to get it right. We want to do it so that it suits what we do.
Yeah. So the other thing is, like we said, the Patrol is getting close to being out of warranty. Another 30,000 Ks and that's done. We're starting off again with a full warranty from word go.
Yeah.
It's comfortable to drive. I don't know how Nick's going to go taking it to K-MART. But
I'll just get dropped off, I reckon.
Drop her off at the door and I can go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not that much bigger. So with the trip we done for Tassie, we actually put in, I allowed a little bit more distance because I wasn't sure. So we said we're going to be 15 metres long. Now we brought this
with the
car.
Patrol. And then we thought, oh my God, we're going to have to jump
I said,
back
just add
on.
an extra metre on. So
I did, and it wouldn't accept us.
Wouldn't accept us because there's not enough room for that vehicle.
So we had to quickly go back and make sure our measurements were spot on because they said you can't sail because that was going to be too long.
But
I
remeasured. The Patrol is with the end of the bumper to the front of the bull bar is 5.4 metres and the Ram is 6 metres.
So because David
it's only
already
600 mils, you know, it's only
allowed because you allowed
I allowed a little bit more, so
right.
we're still actually 300 mils under the 15 metres with that on. So it's not that much longer than the Patrol, just 600 mils, and I think it's less than 100 mils either side. So
it's not massively different.
No, it's just bigger when you sit inside and you look over that great big bonnet.
Yeah.
But
so
it is what it is.
So now we are held up here in Perth for a little bit longer. So we're just going to take you along with, you know, where we're at with the car, and once we've got the canopy on, and you know,
so it'll come in.
Handy Dave's going to be.
I'll be modifying it. That's for sure.
Putting.
I'm going to have a go at putting the 12-volt system in myself this time. It comes with a flat force, and I've spoke to the bloke. He said he'll look after us with a bit of pricing because we did buy the canopy. They've got all the bolt-in drawers and fridges and stuff like that. So we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
We might start off with something small. We can always put something else in later. And of course, we just paid for all the sign writing on the Patrol. So I messaged him and said we're going to need some more stickers for the new car.
Yeah.
So it's a white car. The canopy is black, but what we're doing is the doors on it will be white, and because it is so much longer too, you actually get a doors under little cupboards underneath the tray. So there's one cupboard at the front and one at the back on both sides. So they'll be painted white as well.
Just to break it up a little bit, having that
spare wheel carrier one side, ladder in the middle, jerry can holder on the back. That's it. Yeah. For now.
So
we'll see how we go with that. So that's where we're up to.
Yeah.
That's why we're sort of where we are. We had a brilliant time out in the wheat belt.
Yeah, it was really nice out there, and it was a nice breakaway in between doing what we're doing. So yeah. So
I don't know. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at, guys, at the moment. So we'll just keep you up to speed with how it's all going, and
Nick's been
fingers crossed it won't be too long.
She did do a bit of the coal too, stuff in and out of the van. So
a
few people have been asking about it. So after this one, we'll probably do a walkthrough of what we got, why we got it, and where she's put it. And she did chuck out, which surprised me, about
8.5 kilos. Yeah, of just Tupperware stuff.
No, it was just a handbag.
It wasn't even any clothes. But I was surprised too. I got mum's scales and weighed it all, and it was 8.5 kilos of unnecessary stuff. So, and I think it's been great that we've actually done this little trip, because it's nutted out a few things, like for us girls, you know, where you want your stuff to be and what works for you on a daily basis. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah. Oh, the other thing we're talking about this car now, we're talking about her clothes. The other reason we sort of went back to a diesel over a petrol is while we're out and about in the wheat belt, some of the little towns where, because the Patrol uses unleaded petrol, it's a bit hard to get into some of these places to actually get fuel. One spot we went to, we had to unhook the Caravan because it wouldn't fit underneath the thing, and there wasn't enough turnaround, so we had to go and dump the van, come in and get some fuel, and then go back. At least where the diesel is, because 99% of the time everywhere there's a diesel, they allow...
Well, it's open.
It's open. They allow for a truck to
truck.
come in and fill up. So
Yeah.
that will make it a little bit easier for us as well.
Did you want to touch on how we went with the insurance?
Yeah, well, we can. Insurance was not cheap, but I mean, when we built the 79, I think we were like $2,800 to have that done, insurance, and I think this one was about $3,500, but that includes coverage, and it's agreed, and what they do offer is pretty good, like a lot more than. Backtrack a little bit. Normal insurance companies like RAC, QBE, SGO, all of those sort of ones won't touch it because it is on a light truck.
Yeah.
So that they'll do the Ram 1500s, but a lot of them are sort of stepping away from the 2500s. So we had to go to a specialist. So but with the specialist you do get, so if it's written off, and I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure if you write off the thing, you get to keep the car and they pay you out.
Yeah.
So they're paying everything that it's cost us is agreed value, and that's what it stays at.
Yeah. I'm glad that we kind of like did that little bit of homework for anyone that's wanting to buy one of those. Do your homework before you get your vehicle. Normally I just ring RAC and go
on the day.
day.
We just sold this. We brought this
and
cover note. And
I'm glad we did it. And so because we've obviously we've got a broker, so we got him to sort it. And so it's taken a couple of days to get some quotes and be happy with the quote. So just information
so one
for you guys.
of them, I can't. It was MB Prestige or something. I think that might be a subsidiary of QBE. Not sure, but they were like $3,500. But what was it? Full drive.
Club 4x4.
Club 4x4.
I rang
they
them
were
for
over
a quote.
$5,000.
Yeah, over $5,000, and they also wanted a GPS tracker. In it as well. That was part of their condition.
Yeah.
So
not for them, just because of the price of the vehicle.
Yeah.
For our sake.
If it gets stolen, then they can track it. So
so
that
had to be a hardwired one. But
yeah.
I mean, people that are doing that, if they're going to take it, they're going to take it.
Yeah, that's it. But so that was just a little bit of information for you guys. So just
something we weren't expecting.
But
we thought it would be easy to insure because there's a lot of them out there. But just bear in mind, once you go over that 1,500, they are wanting to go to a specialist insurer for those sort of things. So there. What else? I think that's about it.
That's it. So how exciting!
It is exciting.
We're super exciting, but it's really excited. But it's hard to be excited when it's not here yet.
We're bored because we've sold the car, but we don't want to put too many kilometres on it. You know, we did trade it in. We got a good price. We traded it in, and I did say to him, look, if it's going to take a month, it's going to take a fair bit of kilometres on this, because at the moment we're in Two Rocks, and we brought it from Rockingham. So,
but anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So we're just hanging out up here, trying not to do too much. Might have to get a job, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. Or Nick can get a job. Yeah, she likes the thought of it, but doesn't like doing it. No. We're in holiday mode. All right, no worries.
Thanks,
we'll catch
guys.
you on that one. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.